Hello, 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 hello. Are you out there? Hi, people. As you can see, I'm trying to go live a bit more often when I can on the YouTubes. It's hard when you have like 5 other platforms and personal clients. But here I am, either early in the morning, wherever you are, early in the evening, afternoon, whatever time it is. I think it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Virginia. So here we are to talk about Aquarius season. It is, Capricorn season is officially over. By the way, I am streaming from OBS, so I'm not going to be able to see how many people are in the room. So I'll know there's someone in the room when I see a comment. And I see a comment. Hi, Courtney. Hey, Courtney J. How are you? Oh, Courtney, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Courtney. Happy birthday to you. Yes. What are you doing for your birthday? So, Courtney, you would be considered almost on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn, although you probably do have some Capricorn traits to you, I'm guessing, in your natal chart. I'm not sure. But let's talk about Aquarius season. That was actually a good segue. Thank you, Courtney. Happy birthday. Aquarius season. Happy birthday to all my Aquariuses out there. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I am Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, an energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. Thank you for being here. And if you would like a reading from me, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I do birth chart, natal chart readings. I do psychic tarot readings. I do mediumship readings. If you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides, I do past life readings as well if you want to learn about your past lives, candles, and so much more. Actually, someone bought a few candles today, I think. You're 29. That's awesome. That is an interesting number, right before 30. It's interesting. I don't know about you or how to be when you turn 30, but like when I turned 30 last month, like certain things just clicked. I was like, wait, I'm not 20. I'm not in my 20s anymore. So I would say relish in your last year of being in your 20s, okay? Not that 30 is bad, but like, once you're 30, it's like you're like grown. That's how I feel at least. But now it's interesting because Aquarius is Uranus, all right? It rules the 11th house. Aquarius is also associated with friends, acquaintances, social groups, social media, the internet, technology. But Aquarius is also co-ruled by Saturn, all right? So even though we're in Aquarius season, we're still feeling the effects of that Capricorn energy, that Saturn energy. Now we have had a couple interesting planetary planets and placements going on as well. I think soon this month in February, I think on the 22nd, the United States will be having its Pluto return, so that'll be interesting. We just had Venus go direct in Capricorn, so love that. Thank God for that. And then we have Mercury going direct on the 4th, February 4th. So February should be a good month. If you didn't see your monthly horoscopes yet, go check them out on my YouTube and my Twitch. I haven't uploaded them to my podcast, but I will do those hopefully today. Let's go back to Aquarius. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Aquarius is ruled by also Saturn. Now, when we talk of Aquarius, we talk about specifically Uranus. But I think sometimes people forget that, Aquarius does have that Saturn influence. So even though Aquarius and Uranus is all about, unexpected change and, not being bored, inventing things, creativity, but in a kind of a technical, sciencey kind of way, like a mastermind kind of way. Sometimes it takes a group effort, right? This is Aquarius energy. That's Uranus. And the great thing about those types of experiences when you are, making new things or trying new things, amongst a sense of community, it brings you together even more, right? And Aquarius is the type of energy where everyone has their place, whether it be in a community, with your coworkers, with your neighbors, in your own household. What is the community energy? What is the collective energy in your households? Does everyone have their place? Are there certain people who are outcasts? Like, Aquarius season is a good time. It's also a time where people are starting to want to get out. You know, January, we're still a little bit sluggish from the holidays, you know, and things of that nature. But February is when, you know, I think today's the Chinese New Year, for example. February is when a lot of things actually start, right, for the new year. And it's not ironic that it's an Aquarius season. All right, now Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. So once again, we have those effects and energies of Capricorn and Saturn influence, right? So what does Saturn rule? Saturn rules the past. Saturn rules karma. Saturn rules debt. All right, Saturn rules weight, illness. Saturn also does rule your career, professional destiny, status in society. It also rules your father and your father's side of the family. All right. So when we speak of this, when we speak of Aquarius energy, coupled with that Saturn energy, we have a collective energy. It's not just you, because Saturn is very self-disciplined, right? Saturn is about self, all right? Kind of opposite to Cancer, all right? Because Capricorn, Saturn, and the Moon are both polar opposite, whereas Cancer can have a very vivid inner world, much about self, but it's inside with Capricorn and Cancer, right? Aquarius, here we have that element due to Saturn of, you know, self-discipline, but it's now self in retrospect or in association with others as well, right? Once again, whether it be others in our household, others in our community, our neighborhoods, right? Our family. Does that make sense? Let me look at the comments because I'm just talking. Hi, Courtney says Gemini rising, trying to clear up some debt and karma. Ooh. Girl, I feel you on that. Diana says, I'm an Aquarius and has always felt like an outsider. See? Miss Simone is the one. Hi, Miss Simone is the one. Is it Dana or Diana? Dana. Ciao. Do I need my glasses? How does someone find their own personal gift? That's a good question. Hi, Bewitchy Day. Dana says, sorry, should have had said hi. How are you? Hope all is well. Thank you. I'm good. How are you? How does someone find their own personal gift? That's a good question. One way is to understand yourself. All right, finding your gift, I think, and this is a good segue into this too. Finding your gift, it's your gift. So in order to find it, you got to dig deep inside yourself and figure out what are you good at? What am I good at? What do I like doing? You know what I'm saying? What brings me joy? And then usually whatever that is that you enjoy doing, that brings you joy, happiness, spiritual fulfillment, is usually your gift, right? Or has some association to your gift, if it's not directly your gift. For example, someone could enjoy making music. Maybe their gift is in music, or maybe it's in art in general. Maybe they just are artistic, right? Maybe someone who has a gift in reading tarot. I don't know, you know, like I know a lot of people that have gifts in reading tarot, but that's not their full, like that's not what they do in terms of their life purpose. You know, I have a lot of friends who read cards but have like regular day jobs, you know, so I think it's about finding yourself first. Does that make sense? Lennon says, same, I'm an Aquarius and always felt like an outsider too. Yes. Well, that's the thing, because Aquarius is Saturn. So here we have that self. It's our self-discipline, you know, our self-goals and actualizations and long terms and things of that nature. Lamarr, can you start doing individual signs again? Yes, you guys have been asking me to do that, and I've been thinking about that the past 2 days. That's something I want to get on to. But you guys, it is like, I get so busy, and it can be so tiring. Having a YouTube, a Patreon, clients, almost basically everyday clients too, which I love that, by the way. What else am I on? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, child, even though I never post on TikTok. But yes, I will get back to them. Just remember, I'm only one person. I don't have any help on this channel, y'all. I do everything myself, and all my other platforms. I don't have an assistant, mostly because I just don't trust people, really. But I just like doing things myself. That's my self-discipline. But when we're in Aquarius energy, segueing back into the topic, when we're in Aquarius energy, you need an assistant. I know I do. I probably do need an assistant, to be honest with you, eventually, sooner than later. Yeah, I know. That's a reality I'm also needing to face too. Like, I'm probably gonna need an assistant soon. But back to Aquarius. Okay, so when it comes to Aquarius energy, the reason why Aquarius is in general, because it's not just you all in this chat, the reason why Aquarius is in general can feel like an outsider is because you have, similar to Capricorn, due to your Saturn influence, such a vivid inner world. Why, Fonzie, why are you staring at me? You have such a vivid inner world, and a self-disciplined inner world, one that you don't let a lot of people into. But when you have Aquarius, Aquarius is okay. So I'll say it this way: Saturn, Capricorn does better with self. I'm Capricorn. I have 5 planets in Capricorn, all in my fifth house. I think my fifth house may be in Capricorn. My fifth house may be in Sagittarius. I'm not sure, but I have a 5 planet stellium in Capricorn in my fifth house. My Sun's in Capricorn. My Neptune's in Capricorn. My what else is in Capricorn? My North Node's in Capricorn. I think my Uranus is in Capricorn, and there's another planet I have in Capricorn. I can't remember, but they're all in my fifth house, right? So I have a lot of Capricorn energy, which means like I do really well alone, you know. But when we have that Aquarius energy, how do you figure out that energy that you have? If I do really well alone, but I also really like being around people and being in groups of people and having a sense of community. You know what I'm saying? That can be jarring, that can be confusing, and it all requires you to figure out yourself first, right? That's the key to basically everything in life. Figure out yourself first, right? But when it comes to Aquarius season, a lot of these things are going to come up about how do you work with other people? How do you work in groups of people, right? What's the dynamic between you and your friends? Because, you know, another thing is that like this is the one here I hear all the time. And by the way, I do have my Saturn in Aquarius. Maybe that's the fifth one I'm thinking of. I don't think my Saturn's in my fifth house though. But anyway, here's what I hear a lot from everyone in my life. I always hear that I come alive on YouTube, I come alive on camera, but behind the scenes, especially in groups of people, I can be very quiet, meek, shy even. And it's like almost like two different people, right? But it's really all me. It's just that here I am alone in my element. You know, this is something I've disciplined myself into doing over time. I've been doing this for how many years, these lives, this YouTube thing, you know, like I'm good on this, but I'm still learning how to be me and be this part of myself in large groups of people, whether it be at the grocery store, honey, whether it be in a Zoom meeting, okay, whether it be I don't have coworkers that I work with, thank God, no shade, but do you get what I mean? That's Aquarius season, right? In a nutshell. How do we cope with ourselves and figure ourselves out amongst this large world and community of the collective humanity, you know, and not just physically but also online, on social media, right? Because that's also Aquarius. I know Fonzie's a mess. Danny says, I love the YouTube live streams. Introverted Sam, yes. Chewy Cat says, I love your readings. Thank you, Chewy Cat. Queen of Trade says, me too. Yes. Yes, you guys. So this is like Aquarius season in a nutshell. You're going to see themes of this. You're going to see Fonzie. He's just watching me like I'm a TV show right now. You're going to see themes of community. All right? Maybe friends reaching out to you. I actually had a dream just maybe like an hour ago of someone I haven't heard from in a while or seen in a while. I was like, oh, they're probably thinking about me. But you never know. I may have a dream about them and run into them on social media, right? Aquarius season is a good time to make new friends, especially in this new world that we're in of social media, the internet technology. So, you know, I know we just had that Lauren Smith Field situation on Bumble. at your own caution, right? But of course, be open. Now's the time. It's the start of the year. The year's just officially starting. January is always that kind of catch up month for a lot of us. I can't say me personally because I didn't buy Christmas gifts last year, or December. But a lot of people, January, you're catching up money wise from all the presents you bought, on Christmas and things of that nature. So for a lot of people in a lot of cultures, February is the start of the year. Aquarius season is the start of the year. And did you know it's also speculated that Jesus might be an Aquarius and not a Capricorn? Which I could see. Fiona says your cat needs his own show. He is so cute. He's gorgeous. He definitely could have his own show that I would probably watch too, to be honest with you. Good old Fonzie. I think he's hungry though. He's probably hungry. It's almost his lunchtime. Yeah, it's 2:30. It's almost his lunchtime. I'm trying to think if I covered all the topics and basics about Aquarius season. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything, Spirit? Aquarius can be about astrology. Aquarius does rule astrology, the stars, the planets. Aquarius does rule information, scientific information, astrological information, spiritual information, right? Information of all types, but that is, meant to help the collective humanity. Aquarius also has that Saturn influence, so, things could be overturned, like in terms of information, Aquarius is the internet technology, so Aquarius is also that energy where things, can get hacked, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. You want to make sure, especially now, there's this, like, new scam going on where, like, you either get an email or a DM or something, and it looks like an official form where you would put your information in, but it's not an actual official form, so you've got to be careful of those things because Aquarius can be good at that. Aquarius is like the energy of the future, right? You think you're in the present, but really, like, you're like the computer screen is the future. Does that make sense? It's like almost like a portal. Jesus was probably an Aquarius. I do think he was an Aquarius. Lennon says, I consider my B-Day February 9th my actual New Year's instead of December 31st. That's good. I like that. I feel like you're talking about my brain. Most of my planets are in the 9th house. The 9th house is Jupiter, so that is long distance travel, open-mindedness, exploration, new adventures, optimism, humor, so you're probably funny. So yes, you've got to be careful, even though Aquarius is about advancements and technology and the internet and social media, you still got to be careful. Not everyone in the collective has, good intentions for all. Aquarius usually has good intentions for all, because Aquarius is the natural humanitarian. But part of being the humanitarian and the leader in that sense, right? Living for yourself to live for others, right? Or living for others to live for yourself in terms of Aquarius. That's actually a good point to make. Living for yourself to live for others would be Leo, which is the opposite of Aquarius. Living for others to live for yourself would be the motto of Aquarius, all right? But when you put yourself in a position of being a leader in that way, you've got to know the good from the bad as a good leader, right? So, and you've got to understand all terrains as a leader. The internet, this physical world we're in, all the rules and regulations, all the ins and outs if you can. Aquarius is research as well, right? So, Queen of Trade says, I have 2 Aquarius boys, almost 12 and 2, almost 2. I'm a Taurus. Woo child, it's like trying to catch air. I can imagine. And especially since they're boys too, yeah. Danny says, I feel like Aquarius are fun friends, but they don't connect well. Actually, today I saw an old message from a blocked Aquarius friend saying they missed me. Ooh, child. Well, yeah, Aquarius is, that's the thing with Aquarius, is that Aquarius, hi Terica, Aquarius is in my 10th house in midheaven, yes. That means with it being in your 10th house in midheaven, you're probably suited towards a career that's unconventional. For me, for example, my Saturn's in Aquarius, which would be almost similar to your 10th house being in Aquarius because the 10th house is Saturn. By the way, if you've never gotten a birth chart reading from me, as you can see, this is like a second language to me, so get a birth chart reading. I say all that to say, Terica, my Saturn is in Aquarius, and I have a very unconventional job, so, but I love where I've ended up, so. Aquariuses are like helium. They are. They're just, you just gotta let them do their thing, let them run their energy out, you know, but, I like that Aquariuses have that Saturn influence to them because they do have, even though they can be a little bit all over the place because they're air, they do have that sense of discipline and they know when to sit down. Okay, Danny says, oh, I read that. Yeah, well, that's, okay, let me go back to that. Aquariuses do really well, once again, in groups of people, where there's a community, collective effort. Aquariuses do struggle a bit more with one-on-one situations and relationships. That's why often, if you're dating an Aquarius, they probably need a lot of space, similar to a Capricorn. Aquariuses are people that like to, go here, there, a little bit of everywhere. So you kind of have to, either, catch up and keep up or just let them run free. And, if they're kids, like hope you've taught them the discipline enough, where that Saturn influence in them, can reel them in, on their own when they need to be reeled in. Because, we can't see what everyone's doing 24/7. We have to live our own lives, right? But that's the thing with Aquariuses, is that Aquariuses do really well. I feel like there's a spirit behind me. Oh, okay. I feel like Aquariuses do really well with like group settings, collective settings. I have my part in this group, you have yours, you have yours, you have yours. Let's work together, teamwork. That's Aquarius. But when it's just us two, it's like, wait, there's not 3 other people here? It's just us? That's Aquarius. Lennon Saldana says, yes, I'm an Aquarius and I can discipline myself strictly enough as serious. Exactly. February 15th in the house, newly pregnant and living my best life. Yes, Shannon. I love that. I love that vibe. Happy soon-to-be birthday. When is Valentine's Day, you guys? Because I don't even remember when Valentine's Day is anymore. I'm talking to my friend and I was saying how I'm trying to get better at being less of a bitch when I get upset. But I also have this thing where I'm like, I'm 30 now, and if they deserve it, they deserve it. And then we were just kind of joking, and I was like, child, I'd be letting them have it. She was like, I love when you do. That just made me laugh. But anyway, what's the name of the spirit behind you? Can you ask? I don't know. It feels like someone I'm familiar with. I think they're just sitting and watching. It feels like a spirit I'm familiar with, though. I just heard Cleopatra. Shannon Reed, 14th. Kim says, what do you think about Jupiter in Aquarius? Ooh, child. Is Jupiter in Aquarius right now? I should know that. Or do you have Jupiter in Aquarius in your chart? Jupiter in Aquarius is someone, you're definitely a risk taker. Because of that Saturn influence, you can be a calculated risk taker. It may take you a long time to come around and make a decision. Jupiter in Aquarius is someone that is not easily, even though Aquarius is friends, acquaintances, social groups, you're not easily swayed by others. Alright? You are someone that most likely is ahead of your time in a lot of ways as well with Jupiter in Aquarius. So you'll do something, and people will laugh at you, for 2 years. And then by the 3rd year, everyone's doing the same thing they were making fun of you 2 years ago for. Like, that's Jupiter in Aquarius. Oh, I live to watch you talk with Cleo. Oh, I love to watch you talk with Cleo. Yes. Yeah, it feels like Cleopatra. That's why I was just kind of like, oh, okay. My birthday being the day after Valentine's Day means I only get one present. That's why I thought Valentine's Day was the 14th. Chewy Cat says, I'm an Aquarius and you are deaf speaking about me. One-on-one relationships are hard. I just need space. People don't understand my Venus in Aquarius doesn't help. Yeah. Yeah, Aquariuses need space. Anyone with Saturn influence needs space. Because once again, like, you know, like Aquariuses love being with people, but that Saturn is like, okay, I need me time. I need self time. I need to get more disciplined. I need to get redisciplined, right? That's why Capricorns can be the life of the party, but we can be at work the next day, you know, clocking right on time on the dot, like nothing happened. We might have a hangover, but you know, we'll still get her done. Shannon says, I thought I was feeling a spirit behind you. I feel it heavy on your right side. Right? It's kind of checking things out and chilling. That's what I feel too, Sharon or Shannon. I feel like it's on my right side and just chilling and watching. That was confirmation. Yeah, there's definitely a spirit here. Hello, spirit. Black Love says, hey, Lamarr. Hey, Black Love. I feel like I'm on early, but I actually kind of like that I'm on early. Because, I don't know, I just like it. Lennon says, Aquarius can be messy too. Child, we talk. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Aquariuses can be messy. Libra and Gemini. Yes. Fiona says, oh, if the spirit Cleopatra is behind you, maybe that is who Fonzie Despa is staring at too. Maybe he's watching both of you converse. You know what? I never thought of that. Oh my, you just blew my mind, Fiona. That makes so much sense. Because he's still looking at me like I'm crazy. And he never does that. Like, you would think he would be used to me recording videos, but he's just like looking at me like he's looking at me right now. That makes sense. I love that. Hey, Corny J, I love you. I love you back. Samir says, hi, Lamarr. Hi, Samir. Black Love says, hey, I'm a May Gemini. I'm not messy. I mean, we can all be a little messy. I'm a Libra moon. I'm a Mars and Mercury in Sagittarius, so I can definitely be messy. But because I'm a Virgo rising and a Capricorn sun, you probably won't know it. Alright? Because I'm good at being sly messy. Okay? Kiss of Art, love Lamarr. Hi, Kiss of Art. Every kiss begins with K. Gloria says, I can relate. Me time is much needed. Right, Gloria? Now, having too much having too much me time can also be a bad thing, right? So, Shannon says, Cleo has a strong energy, and it's definitely a strong energy. She's known to be very picky with whom she talks to, so she must be very fond of you. That's pretty freaking badass, to be honest. I feel like that all the time, Shannon. And you know what? There have been instances where I have seen Cleopatra's power. Child. The stories I could tell you guys. Some of them are actually kind of scary. I don't know if I should tell this. Cleopatra, can I tell this? She says don't tell it. Okay. Can I tell any story of your symbol of your strength? Give me a memory I can remember of when... Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Well, this is a recent one, actually. So recently, I love her so much, she's still a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. So recently, because the first one I was going to tell you guys is really personal, and it involves someone's parent passing away, but I feel, anyways, okay, I'm not gonna get on that, but it's really personal, and that person might be watching my YouTube channel. But recently, I did a candle for a client / friend. This person's kind of becoming close, very close, and I don't do be, you know, special candles for everyone. But this client I did a special candle for with Cleopatra. And I think it was like a love candle or something like that. And I think it was maybe the day after the candle was burning. This person was taking a trip, I think, to like Florida or something like that. You know, in Florida they have beaches. Would you believe that the person went on the beach late at night, and on in the sand was a white dove? And when do you, first of all, when do you ever see a white dove in the sand, right? And it was alive. And I was like, that's Cleopatra. Like, weird things like that happen with Cleopatra. You'll see something at the corner of your eye and it's like, was that Cleopatra? Like, she comes through, you know, through animals a lot, for me, personally. But she's not one to mess with, at all. Um, I kind of want to tell them the story. I already told them half of it. Well, the story with the person's parent passing away, what ended up happening was they said something really not nice to me. And I'm not someone that likes to, you know, like send negative energy out. But you know, I'm sensitive. I'm emotional. So of course, I went to Cleopatra's altar and just cried about it. Well, would you, you know, believe, lo and behold, you know, a couple months later, you know, life humbled this person. And I think I can kind of say this too because my dad also passed away. Their dad ended up passing away like a month later after the incident. And I kind of looked at Cleopatra like, child. I was like, ooh, okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't do a candle because, and it was so random too. Like, his dad was never sick or anything like that. So I was like, ooh, like that's pretty intense, you know. So I kind of feel like Cleopatra had something to do with that. I didn't ask her to do it. All I did was cry to her at her altar, and you know. So that kind of even like humbled me. Like, oh, okay, like you know, maybe I need to choose better too. You know, like that's a lot, Cleopatra. Ooh, child. Now I have like the ooh, you know, like the jitters or something like that. Peace and Harmony Oracle says greetings. I appreciate you under your understanding and knowledge. Oh, thank you. I love your videos. I have Aquarius ascendant in Western astrology. In Vedic astrology, my moon is in Aquarius and lots of Libra in my chart both. Yes. I have Libra too. I love Libras. I love people with Libra energy. I think that's my Libra moon. Like, my moon is automatically drawn to Libras. I know, right? That was a... You want a candle now, Lennon? Lord have mercy. Shannon says, what was Cleopatra's zodiac? She's a Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn. Capricorn. She was also either... I don't know, she could have been a Capricorn or an Aquarius. But she's, like, around... Oh, I think she's a Capricorn. She's giving me Capricorn energy. But I think she has Cancer in her chart too. She's saying like good mom, good mom. Maybe the Cancer in her chart made her a good mom or something like that. Oh, XOX from Miami, Florida. Yes! Welcome to Miami. Welcome to when the heat is on all night on the beach till you break it dawn. Welcome to Miami. Welcome to Miami. Ask her. I think she's talking to me now. She's like right here in my ear, like literally, like not here this close, but she's over here. Her energy is like over here, which is interesting because she's hiding behind. I think she's hiding behind this chat actually. That's funny. Shannon says, what do you think is drawing Cleo towards you? She appreciates you. It's sweet. She's got to have Aquarius in her chart. What draws Cleopatra towards me? Well, if you're on my Patreon, we have a past life connection together, me and Cleopatra. I think it's probably I literally just heard her say my spirit. My spirit. Is this turning into a Cleopatra conversation? She says your spirit. Your head wrap. Thank you. This is from Coach. I really like their head wraps. They're really comfortable. It's I think this isn't satin. What is this? I think this is silk. And they're really big, too. Because I have a big head. I have a big head, but it's okay because that means I have a lot of brains, right? Can we get more Cleo videos on Patreon? Yes, of course. I'm new here. Are you currently offering any readings? Yes, if you guys want readings, my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. If yes, how do I book? Okay, let me show you guys in a second. Is there anything she can tell us about the Bible and the Egyptians in the past? That just made you teary-eyed? You're protected. Yes. Alright, Cleopatra, the people want to talk to you. What can you tell us about the Bible and Egyptians in the past? The first thing I hear is the Bible was written in stone. Okay. It was adapted. The Bible was adapted from... It sounds like she's saying troglodytes? What's a troglodyte? She's almost giving me the energy like the Bible was adapted from bits and pieces of different cultures and religions. I don't know what that is, but the Bible might have. She's literally saying a slab of stone. Like maybe the Bible. There's something about a slab of stone. A slab of stone. She's also saying the Bible is similar to a book of rites or a book of like spells, a book of rules, laws, and regulations to live by. She's kind of saying we had something like that in Egypt, but it wasn't a Bible. She's saying think Book of the Dead. Think like a Book of the Dead. Like that would be what the Bible would be considered back in her day. But she's saying it's not, the Bible's now being used as a tool, a weapon. She's saying that's why you also often see a Bible with a gun, like that kind of like symbology. Throw the Bible at you, right? She's saying that the Bible is used as a tool now. A troglodyte is someone that lived in a cave in prehistoric times? Child. Girl. Oh my god. A troglodyte. Oh, okay. Ooh, I don't know why I always get the chills when I like talk to Cleopatra. She's so intense, y'all. Lord have mercy. I didn't know that. I didn't know what a troglodyte was. That's interesting. That would make sense as to why I saw a slab of stone. Like, that's interesting. Okay. I feel like I was going to do something, though, before we started talking to Cleopatra. What was I going to do? I feel like I was going to do something. I don't remember. I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking to Cleopatra. Let's just keep talking to her. You should do a Patreon on the Bible. It'd be interesting. I think you sent me a message about that, Lyndon, didn't you? I saw it in my emails. But also, I haven't logged on. I have to be honest. I've been so busy. I haven't logged on Patreon in a few days. I was saying the other day, I need to post on Patreon. But child, by the time I said that, it was like midnight. And I was exhausted. But I'm gonna try and post today because it's the 1st of February. So it's like I want to start the month off right. Were the original Egyptians from another planet? You should show me how to book. That's what you said you're going to. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes, okay, you guys. See, you guys are so good. I forget all the time. Cleopatra is the queen of the Nile. Queen Cleopatra the 7th. Were the Egyptians from another planet, Cleopatra? And then I'm going to show them how to book on my website. Okay. That was quick. The first thing I'm seeing or hearing is Osiris. There's definitely something about Osiris that was extraterrestrial, otherworldly. I hear he is buried in the tomb. So Osiris must have his own tomb. Like where something of his is buried, or his body, his human body. His human body is buried somewhere. But I don't know. I'm picking up something on Osiris and descendants of Osiris. So I'm a believer, to be honest, that Osiris was at some point a human. And I believe Isis was too. So, I think there's something maybe about the old ancient Egyptians, like when ancient Egypt first began, where there's probably is some sort of extraterrestrial, otherworldly element in the DNA. Or the landscape, something like that. She's saying DNA though. DNA. Osiris was the lord of the dead and became lord of the underworld. They did find a tomb dedicated to Osiris. Yeah, I thought so. But I feel like he had like an actual human body at some point. She met Osiris? I don't think she met him. I don't think they lived in the same time era. Okay, you guys, let me show you guys how to book on my website. Alright, so if you want a reading, this is my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Alright, so this is my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. Follow my Twitch where I do monthly horoscopes, my YouTube, my Patreon, my podcast on Spotify. You can also scroll down if you want to view reviews from people who have verified purchased readings from my website. The green check mark next to their name means it's verified through the system that they purchased a reading. Also, follow me down here on Instagram, Facebook, and all of those things. Ooh, that looked good, child. Look at that. That omelet and them noodles. I think that's what I'm going to eat for lunch. I'm hungry. All right, let's go to the store section. Now, this is where you would go to directly get your reading, okay? So, let's give it a minute to load. Here's where you can view all the different rates, services, and products that I offer. As you can see, I do birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, individual birth chart readings. I make jewelry. I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides. And it all goes from, most expensive to least expensive. I do past life readings. Oh, I need to blow my nose, I think. I do past life readings. I do, if you want to learn about your past lives, I do psychic tarot readings, phone psychic tarot readings, email psychic tarot readings, video recorded psychic tarot readings. I also do tarot classes. I sew. I do candles, all right? And I do have, I think, a couple candles that you can purchase from Cleopatra. I think maybe it's just one, actually. I think it might be a money candle. So, yes, this is my website. So check it out, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Ooh, child. The body wasn't in the tomb. Manifested by the Aten. I like that name. Aten was a Egyptian pharaoh. I couldn't come up with a name. So is there a connection between Isis and Mary? Yes. You could consider them kind of one and the same. Not really, I guess. Because they're two completely different cultures and religions, you know? Um, but yes, they are very similar. You know, you could also associate, although they're very different, and I don't think Cleopatra always likes being associated with her. It's nothing personal. It's just Cleopatra has a very I'm me energy. But Cleopatra's essence, we'll say, could be similar or associated to like a Yemaya or an maybe an Oya even, or a Oshun. I wonder if he's buried and she's saying if we find him, we'll have DNA proving he was alien. That would be groundbreaking. The recently found a void they can't get to in none of the pyramids. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something of, like, I believe Osiris at some point was a physical, because, you know, he was pharaoh. He was a pharaoh. The legend goes that he was a pharaoh, the first ever, you know, pharaoh of Egypt. So most pharaohs at some point were living beings, so, you know, makes me wonder. Did Cleopatra wear coal eyes makeup? She created the look of makeup we wear now. Yes, she did. Yeah. Q Smith, Lamarr, you seem chill as F. I'd love to hang out with you in real life if I knew you. Thank you. I'm only connected to certain tarot readers and you're one of them. Oh, thank you, Smiles. Lennon says, I know a few readers. Lamarr is my fave and one of my go-to, honey. Yes, thank you. Manifested by the Aten. Aten was the sun disk, a god worshipped by Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Yes, thank you. Okay. I knew it sounded familiar. One was a copy of the other, right? Q Smith. What do you mean? The Real Black Swan says I miss these live readings. Me too. I've decided what I'm gonna try and do is every month at least. I'm gonna come and just talk about the new season. So next season it'll be after Aquarius is Pisces. So if I don't come on live before then. Like a different version of the same thing. Exactly. Yes, yeah. You're talking about Isis and Mary. Yes, right, Shannon. I think at some point he was a physical being. And I wouldn't be surprised if Isis was also a physical being as well. Will they ever find Nefertiti and Tut's sisters? I hear yes. Hey Lamarr, good to see you live. Thank you, Taku. Good to see you too. Thank you, Taku. Good to see you too. Thank you, Taku. I be making up songs in my head, y'all. I couldn't come up with a name, says, thank you for using your gifts and spreading knowledge. Cleopatra reading's been helping me with my self-care. I love that. And thank you, and you're welcome. I'm doing my job. That makes me happy. But yes, you know, I'm glad to be able to channel Cleopatra for you all, but I'm also glad it's not just me like getting on camera. Obviously, you guys know that now, right? It's not just me. I remember I got a comment one time, and this person was like, "Stop using Cleopatra for views," and I was like, "You don't even know." You know, some people just don't even know. So, but yes, like I'm honored and grateful to have a connection to Cleopatra. To be honest, when I first decided that I was going to invite her in and work with her, what I didn't realize, first of all, was that I had had a picture of her. One time I went to the thrift store, and I think it was like when I first moved here, and I was just looking for, you know, decor to put around my home, and they had this Egyptian, like, picture. Years later, I would find out it's Cleopatra, actually, in that picture. You guys. I didn't know it, but it's Cleopatra. So she was always around, but when I decided to get her statue and work with her, the first time many years ago that I picked up her statue, it broke. It fell and broke. So I was like, okay, now's probably not the right time for me to work with Cleopatra. And then maybe 2 years ago, it came back to me. I was like, I think I need to connect with Cleopatra. I think I want to work with Cleopatra. Because I think by then I had started reading her on YouTube or tapping into her energy on YouTube. But I was kind of intimidated because she's like scary. she's like intimidating, right? A little bit. Actually, a lot of it. You're intimidating, Cleopatra. I'm not the first person to say that. But it's an honor, you know. Fonzie. Fonzie. Okay, yeah. Let's give Fonzie screen time, everyone. Meow, 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 meow. He doesn't like being picked up. Meow, meow. The person was miserable. You're higher vibrational. Thank you, the Black Swan. Lennon says, Fonzie, are you? He's just hungry. That means I probably should get off soon. Fonzie. Okay, come on. Me, you don't want to come up? See, now I know how to get him away. All right, Lennon says the Cleopatra self-care video on skincare really helped me to step up my skincare routine. You guys should check out Lamarr's Cleopatra series. Thank you. I don't even remember doing that when we're talking about that video. We talked about skincare? Did we do a whole episode on skincare, or did it just like come up in a topic that was something else? Fiona says, well, you are successful and that person is nameless. Not even a name on the top of a tongue. So, Lamarr, you're the one winning in life. Remember that. Thank you, Fiona. I love that. Thank you. All right. Come on, Fonzie. Let's say bye to the people. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Fonzie, Fonzie, the meow, meow, meow. I love messing with him, but he loves messing with me too. Oh, so you don't want to be on camera? Okay. Fonzie. Fonzie. You need your paws clipped. When you go get your teeth cleaned, you're getting your paws clipped. Or not clipped off, I mean, trimmed. And are you dirty? You might need a bath. I think you need a bath. Yes, I even downloaded it from Vimeo. You made like 2, I think. Yes, you sure did. My skin is flawless now. Child. I don't even remember talking about that. That must have been in one of the earlier episodes. 'Cause I vaguely remember that. Meow, the meow, the meow, meow, me. Oh, Lord, you guys. Fonzie is hung. Do you see him looking at Cleo? He was staring at the spot. I believe it. I know Fonzie can see spirits. He can see spirits. Sometimes I think he'd be walking around the house chasing spirits. Probably animal spirits too, child. I need to find that video. My skin has been looking crazy lately. I think that must have been like one of the first few episodes I did. I'm assuming. Because I vaguely remember that. I think I do remember talking about skincare, but there's been so many videos we've done with Cleopatra that like the topic just comes in mind, and I'm like, okay, Cleopatra, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation, honey. Fonzie. When you put him in your lap, he got right up in her face. You know what? I'm wondering if this is like low-key Cleopatra using Fonzie to tell me it's time to get off. I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like they're in on the joke and I'm not. I think that's what's happening. Alright, you guys, I'm going to be on here for 5 more minutes so we can make it an even hour. Alright, but it does sound like it's time for me to go, child. Alright. What time is it? It's 3:18, so yeah, I've been on here for a while. But I don't know, you guys. I feel like we talked about everything we needed to talk about when it comes to Aquarius season. Um, what other things am I missing? Am I missing anything, Cleopatra? Aquarius season is the reason for knowledge. That's what I just heard. Aquarius season is the reason for knowledge? That's interesting. I'm gonna have to sit on that one. I feel like there's deeper meanings to that. If Cleo didn't want you to make videos on her, trust me, you wouldn't be. Child. You ain't gotta tell me. Any messages from Cleopatra for this Aquarius season? Oh, that's a good way to end the video. Fun fact, she was a blonde. You know, I've heard Cleopatra, there's been interesting stories. I've heard you're blonde, I've heard you're a redhead. We might need to have a conversation about that. What color was your hair? Or, like, we need to know more certain things about you. I know she doesn't really like talking about herself, but we want to know more about Cleopatra. I never heard she was a blonde, but, you know, it could be. Lamarr, your skin is popping. It's so glowy. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing differently. Maybe I'm drinking more water. I just recently got rid of a sinus infection, so maybe that could be it. I'm not sure. I've been drinking a lot of wine. White wine. But I don't know if that's good for your skin. Is that good for your skin? I haven't had any today. Um, yet. But I'll probably maybe have some with my lunch, dinner, something like that. We'll see. But I think I've just been drinking a lot more water, actually. Because of my sinus infection. I think that's helped a lot. Shannon says, I think she thought that was funny when you called her scary. I felt the energy change in a funny way. No, she likes that, Shannon. She likes intimidating. She likes scaring people. She likes going boo. Like, that's Cleopatra. She likes that. And I like that about her. But sometimes I'm like, ooh, let me catch my breath, Cleopatra. Give me a second, girl. All right. You know, it can be a lot. All right, Cleopatra. What lasting messages do you have for the YouTube people about Aquarius season in February 2022? Love yourself is the first thing I'm hearing. Reach out to people. Create a network around you. Create a network of people around you, almost like a web. She's showing me a web of people. A network of people. But it also looks like you know how sometimes in those old graphics they'll have like the symbol for the internet looking like a world web, literally like a world and it's webbed. Like, so to me she's saying a web, like a network, a web that you weave yourself in a way, but also like you're a network, whether it be online, Aquarius season, social media, the internet, or in person. Like, she's almost saying like online connections are just as valid as, or social media connections or connecting with people via social media is just as valid as in person in today's day and age. She's saying take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health, she says. She goes like this. Take care of your mental health. Things can change like that, she goes. Be grateful. Check on your people, she says. Check on your people. Just make sure they're okay. Say hi. Make them laugh. Do something nice for them, she says. Remember, you're a tribe. It's a collective. You're all in this together. You need each other, she says. And then she goes like, au revoir. Goodbye. She's like, all right, that's all. Oh, is the season of knowledge essentially a meaning of self-reflection? That could be it. I feel like that could be it, but I feel like also she meant Aquarius is the season of knowledge or whatever she said. I don't remember exactly what she said. What did you say again, Cleopatra? Aquarius is the reason for knowledge. Aquarius season is the reason for knowledge. So I think there's something about Aquarius season where knowledge-wise we just need to go a bit deeper or go deeper naturally. And remember, I think I'm going to end on this note. It's about self-reflection, self-discipline. So whatever knowledge you do seek, research, delve into, it doesn't have to be, it can be with others, but, it can also be with self, too. All right? By yourself. And then maybe share with others what you've learned, right? All right. I think that is it. Thank you, Cleopatra, as always, for coming through and channeling and allowing us to talk with you. You guys, thank you for being here. Remember, if you want a personal reading, I am available on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I've got to get to personal readings I already have waiting on the table, all right? Or, people who are waiting for their reading. So if you're watching, I didn't forget about you, all right? All right, you guys, love and light. God bless. Until the next video, happy Aquarius season. Stay safe, stay encouraged, and stay blessed.